Time is 6:45. I'm going to call this meeting of the River Edge Board of Education to order. Can I have roll call, please?
Ms. Brown? Ms. Crespo? Ms. D'Alessandro?
Here.
Mr. Frias?
Here.
Mr. Cohen?
Here.
Mr. Langley?
Here.
And Mr. Sim?
Here.
Can I get a motion to move into closed session?
So moved.
Second.
Need a roll call on that? Yes? Roll call, please.
Ms. D'Alessandro?
Yes.
Mr. Frias?
Yes.
Mr. Cohen?
Yes.
Mr. Langley?
Yes.
And Mr. Sim?
Yes.
All right, thanks. We'll be back at 7:30. Session. Can I have roll call, please?
Ms. D'Alessandro? Here. Mr. Frias?
Here.
Mr. Cohen?
Here.
Mr. Langley?
Here.
And Mr. Sim.
Here.
May I rise for the flag salute, please? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Didn't ask. Mr. Cohen, would you read the mission statement, please?
Sure. Where is it located? Right here. Good evening, everyone. The River Edge School District is a partnership of students, parents, staff, and community members. We are dedicated to providing a supportive environment in which all students can reach their maximum academic potential while developing as responsible citizens who respect individuality. Our goals will be achieved because curriculum and instruction are aligned with the New Jersey Student Learning Standards. All decisions reflect the academic, social, emotional, and physical needs of pre-K to 6th grade students. Cooperative and ongoing communication exists between the school district and the community. School administrators and the Board of Education work together to assess and adjust procedures in response to new mandates and the changing needs of the community.
Thank you. Open public meetings notice.
Pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, notice of this meeting, its date, time, and place have been delivered to the post office, the municipal building, the record, and posted on the district website at least 48 hours prior to the time of this meeting.
Thank you. We will open it up for public comment on agenda items only if there are any. A reminder that comments are limited to a duration of 3 minutes per speaker, and each speaker must begin by stepping up to the podium, stating for the record their name and address, after which the time will begin. Do we have any public comments? All right. Seeing that there are none, we'll move on to reports. Superintendent report.
Good evening. Thank you, Mr. President. We have a couple of celebrations tonight. One of the district goals is to recognize the work of our students and faculty. So I want to take a little bit of time tonight to go ahead and do some of that work. I would like to start with the student awards, and we have there's two main categories of, or I guess, activities that yielded some student awards, and we invited those students here tonight. The first are B-Star winners. B-Star is the premier after-school enrichment platform for K-12, provides innovative online math and reading exercises. They help thousands of students achieve excellent grades, so they say. Using its curriculum-based programs for 20 minutes a week, students can effectively master core knowledge skills taught in school. Parents can monitor their performance online and know exactly what their students need. B-Star gives motivational recognitions every week that bring fun to learning, and we're here to recognize some of those folks tonight. I'd like to, Nancy Hafers supervises these activities, both, go ahead, Mrs. Hafers is going to recognize the students. Yeah.
Hi, thank you for having us. So yes,
All right, thank you. Those are the student awards. We have some employee recognition tonight as well. I think what I'd like to do is start with the ultimate recognition of 25 years and a retiree. So, and we'll read this we'll pass it back and forth here. Go ahead.
Whereas Maria Garcia has announced her retirement after 25 years in the field of education and 10 and a half years of dedicated service to the River Edge Public School, and
Whereas she has demonstrated outstanding instructional practices that have included teaching Spanish to all kindergarten through 6th grade students, and
Whereas she has shown exceptional teaching strategies that celebrate special days such as Cinco de Mayo, Hispanic Heritage Month, and International Day, and
Whereas students have been immersed in learning the Spanish language, cultures, and countries, and
Whereas she has worked with her colleagues as member of River Edge Public School District as a mentor teacher and in writing curriculums, and
Whereas she has worked with administrators and all staff to facilitate communications with parents who are multilingual, and
your microphone was off.
Whereas after her years of faithful service to the River Edge School, she wishes to retire. And
now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Education of the Borough of River Edge on this 22nd day of January 2025 spread upon its minutes this resolution of appreciation for her valued service, and
be it further resolved that the River Edge school community offers its best wishes to Maria Garcia for a long, happy, healthy, and productive retirement, and its gratitude for her years of service to the school. And it's signed by the School Business Administrator Board Secretary Luis Napolitano.
if you would like to say something, you can.
I second.
Oh, you said,
Okay,
second.
okay.
Yes, a second.
Roll call.
As I retired, I want to express my gratitude for the support and opportunities I have received throughout my career in Ruiz School District. I am deeply thankful for the trust you have placed to me in fulfilling my role. The collaborations and shared mission in our organization make each challenge work well and every success even more magnified. It has been a privilege to contribute to the growth of our students and advancements of our schools and development in our community. Thank you again for the leadership and the support. Thank you.
All right, wait there for 1 second. We have Mr. Sims seconded.
Yes.
Okay.
And we do have to, yeah, all approved? We can do it vocally. All approved? Aye.
Aye.
Yes.
Any opposed? No.
No, okay. You can retire now. There's no one opposed.
Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
There are more employee recognitions this evening. Once a year, the Governor's Teachers of the Year program there's a very strict process that this is now governed by, and we have our teachers and education services provider of the year. We have one for each school, and then the district has an education services provider of the year. Just so you know, we had anyone could we opened the nominations to anyone. Anyone could nominate any certificated employee for one of these two awards. It was on the website. We pushed it out, I think, on Instagram and whatever else. And those nominations were those nominations were then collected, and a committee met and went through each nomination, and they scored those nominations, and then those scores were tabulated, and the highest, I'll say, point earners are here tonight. I'll do it one at a time. Leo Delgudis, did I say it right?
Yes.
I've been butchering your name. How? Delgudis. Leo Delgudis is Cherry Hills Schools 2025 Teacher of the Year. Mrs. Delgudis excels as the advisor for the artistically talented program, demonstrating creativity and dedication. Her group is responsible for these beautiful decorations at the winter and spring concerts, enhancing these events with their artistic contributions. Together with a colleague, Mrs. Delgudis organized a professional development day for staff painting, which was highly successful and well received. She has skillfully integrated media art with technology, engaging students in innovative activities they enjoy. Mrs. Delgudis plays a pivotal role in the annual River Edge Cultural Center art show in February, hosting and warmly welcoming parents to the event. In addition, she organizes an impressive art show at Cherry Hill School every April, ensuring that every student's artwork is proudly displayed. Her deep understanding of the social emotional needs of students is evident in her teaching. She thoughtfully incorporates these considerations into her lesson, creating a supportive and nurturing environment. Leah is kind, gentle, even-tempered, and reliable. All of these and other characteristics allow her students to trust her and to feel safe to explore the artist inside each of them. Mrs. Delgudis holds a Bachelor of Arts, Fine Arts with Latin honors from SUNY Purchase and a Master of Arts in Teaching from Manhattanville College. A true artist in her own right, she is a valuable asset to Cherry Hill School, and we are incredibly fortunate to have her on our team. 2025 Cherry Hill School Teacher of the Year. Wyndham Marchesini is the Roosevelt Schools 2025 Teacher of the Year. Mrs. Marchesini is a dedicated and inspiring educator who has made a significant impact in her short time at the Roosevelt School. Known for her commitment to professional growth, she arrives early each day to prepare thoughtfully for her students. She participates in night activities such as Family Math Night and International Night. Her creativity and leadership shine through the engaging activities she develops for students and how she fosters camaraderie among the staff, often bringing people together with her baked goods and positivity. I have yet to see these baked goods. Oh, yeah? Oh, all right, that's with authority. Mrs. Marchesini is deeply involved in the school and broader community, regularly, that's a hard word for me, attending her students' activities outside of school and creating meaningful connections with families. She is proactive in her communication, providing daily updates to parents and always making herself available to address questions or concerns. Her warmth and enthusiasm make her beloved by students and parents alike, as she helps her students academically and emotionally thrive. With her innovative teaching style and ability to make learning fun, Mrs. Marchesini creates a classroom environment where students feel supported and excited to learn. Her respect for colleagues, dedication to her craft, and genuine care for her students sets her apart as an exceptional educator. Mrs. Marchesini holds a Bachelor of Science in Early Childhood Education from SUNY, is it Fredonia? Fredonia. We'll have to talk about where that is. Roosevelt School is fortunate to have her. She truly deserves this recognition as Roosevelt School's 2025 Teacher of the Year.
It's close to Buffalo. Go Buffalo Bills! Thank you so much.
All right. Lauren Portvalee, did I say it right? Lauren? Yeah, good. All right. Lauren Portvalee is the River, and you could probably help me with my L's. Yeah. More importantly, it was the River Edge School District's Educational Services Provider of the Year. Mrs. Portvally is a invaluable member of the Special Education Department, serving students across the district with dedication and expertise. She provides individualized and group speech therapy sessions, consults with teachers, and contributes thoughtful therapeutic recommendations during meetings. Her meticulous approach to case management and ability to collaborate seamlessly with colleagues, parents, and paraprofessionals have established her as a respected and trusted leader. Mrs. Portvalley's rapport with her students is exceptional, fostering a supportive environment where they can thrive. An avid learner, Lauren constantly seeks opportunities to enhance her skills and the services she provides. She is pursuing an Orton Gillingham Teacher Graduate Certificate at Fairleigh Dickinson University and actively participates in professional development through the American Speech and Hearing Association. Toby Divinox and Region 5, yeah, okay. Her dedication to growth extends beyond her learning. She shares resources, mentors colleagues, and provides training on augmentative communication devices, ensuring the success of her students and team. Lauren is also deeply involved in the River Edge community, contributing to the Cherry Hills School Sunshine Committee, the River Edge Education Association Philanthropic Committee, and tutoring local students through Orton Gillingham program. Mrs. Portvally holds a Bachelor of Arts with Latin Honors in Psychology from the College of New Jersey and a Master of Science in Communication Disorders from William Patterson University. Her tireless work ethic, professionalism, and unwavering commitment to her students and the broader school community make her a remarkable educator and a deserving candidate for this recognition. Want to do the whole board on this picture?
No, no, no. Sure? I know. Okay. Hold on. Come on in.
Colin, can you just move over a little bit? You're not in. Okay, good. Thank you.
Mr. President, I have, that concludes the awards. I do have one other item, but I would like to recess my time if you don't mind.
Yes, let's take a 10-minute recess. We'll enjoy some cookies and some water, and then we'll come back at 8:05.
Parents, if you don't know, the 10-minute recess is yes for cookies and water, but also an opportunity for you to leave prior to the rest of the meeting.
All right, we'll be back. Alrighty, we are back in, I don't need to, I guess I need the microphone on. We are back in session.
Okay. I didn't, I had one more
Superintendent
item.
report. We're
Yeah,
not
so one more item. Good news, the Strauss Esme first draft of the policy manual has arrived. Now, this is not all policy, some of it's regulation. So as you know, the board is responsible for policy, the superintendent's responsible for regulation, but about 2/3 of it is policy. So I do this as a visual. We have this digitally as well, and Mr. Langley and I had a conversation. We will, in committees, the board members will go through sections at a time. This is obviously, and I do this as the visual, everyone at home can see, but this takes about 6 months to do with any kind of fidelity. So we're gonna go ahead and take that time and we'll look for a completion sometime, probably in July, and then we'll send it back to them for, it only takes them about 30 days to finish up the final manuals, and then we'll be good to go for an August approval, so that we have a new set of policies operating in academic year 25-26. So that's the goal. If we fall short of that goal, that's okay, because it's this tall, and we'll just keep kind of pushing it. Because once we do have to finish our edits and then get them back to them. So as we finish a book, if you will, we'll send the book back, and so that they can kind of do the edits as we move along.
Oh, so we can do it as we go.
We
don't
can do a
have to
section
the
at a
whole
time.
thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
they don't want a policy at a time.
Yeah.
We'll do a section at a time. We just got a policy alert from Strauss. So the way this works is quarterly we get policy alerts from this is why they can demand their fee, because they keep us up to date. And then at that point, the board can go through the policy alerts, see if they want to make the updated changes. A lot of them are governed by either settled court cases or new legislation, so we kind of have to. And that legislation or settled court cases will always supersede our policies regardless, so we're already subject to the law. But it is helpful if the board is regularly updating policies so that we're always operating under the most current legislative guidelines. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Any questions or comments from board members?
Just a comment about the policies. Years ago, when we were doing the policy review by ourselves, the flaws we found was that the references, the state statute, whatever that was, it doesn't match to the, so I hope, they professionals that they sorted out everything is kind of matched to the exactly what the is referring to the state statutes, or as you mentioned about the court law, the court decisions. So I'm just asking, just make sure there's no mistake or flaws in that section. Otherwise, language itself is not much different. It's like universal and standard in the school boards that comes from the state level, whatnot. So
Understood. The other item, if you don't, on
Sure,
this,
okay.
is once this is finished, it's fully searchable online and it's available to the public. So right now, if you go to the policy section on the website, each policy, board policy is present. It's in PDFs and it's not at all searchable. It's clumsy if you want to try to find something. So this will have its own platform. We won't manage it anymore. Strauss Esme will. It's part of our annual fee. In addition, and all of that is and to Mr. Sims' point, those references that come at the end of a policy are hyperlinked on the website. So if we want to know what law it is and it's referenced appropriately, we can click on it and it brings us out to the, I guess, the statute that is relevant. We no longer also have to buy the law books every year. You go into some administrators' offices and they have the law books stacked, and they're always very colorful. It looks like a rainbow, this beautiful rainbow of like, what are those books? And the answer is it's 18A and 6A that get updated every year, and those books are wildly expensive. They're usually, I think the set is $700 a year, but that's included in our Strauss Esme fee. We don't get the books anymore, but it's searchable online. So lots of opportunities, lots of enhanced technology accelerators by going with a online policy.
So our website will just have a link. It'll say like policy manual.
Policy manual, bam, to the
Okay.
Strauss Esme search page.
All right,
Sounds
cool.
like we joined the 20th century. Just like we're not using encyclopedias, paper encyclopedias.
Yeah, we don't have those either. So,
Yeah.
but we have this for now because it's easier to do the edits by pen and ink.
Right. Okay. Board Secretary report?
Thank you. Tonight on the agenda is the approval of the joint insurance fund that we're a part of, which is NESBIG, and that's us affirming our membership with them. The other item that's on that applies is the budget calendar. Some of the dates could be off. It's based on the governor's address, and then when the state aid numbers come out. So it's a very tight window, but be assured that have been working on the budget all along. So.
All right, thank you. President's report, I just have a couple things. If I can get back to my... in terms of a retreat, I know we'd had a retreat last year in the winter. We do have these strategic planning meetings happening this winter, so I wasn't planning on scheduling one. I was looking to schedule one in the summer, possibly. But I'm open to opinions, questions, comments.
The strategic planning meetings are public, right?
Yes, so it's not really the same kind of thing, but just for scheduling purposes. But we could look at February or March if we thought we wanted to have a board retreat.
We have to update board goals
Yes.
for the year.
I think it might be helpful after the strategic planning, before the summer, so it
Oh, okay.
could potentially provide us some input for a vision of where we want to go.
The last meeting's April, if needed, right?
If
For
needed.
the strategic
So
planning?
I guess if we could
If
get
we
something
need.
together, yeah.
Nothing stops the board from calling them. I mean, you only need 48 hours of notice. So if you find that after we get the strategic plan output, if you will, if you find that it would be helpful at that point to then build board goals and you want to take time outside a regular meeting, we can advertise for a retreat at that point. And we can do it in June or July.
April or May, if we can. All right,
Nothing stops you from doing that.
okay. Just a quick reminder about mandatory training for everybody. If this is your first term, you have to do your mandatory training first year, second year. I have to do my third year, so just a reminder on that. And then in terms of committees, the members are finalized now, and I was just going to remind the committee chairs to send me the dates. We have finance and facilities, but I need the other two. And that was it for the president's report. The only committee that met was finance and facilities. I do have somewhere the notes.
Langley, in the meantime, I did leave one thing out, if you don't mind.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
The personal disclosure, financial disclosure statements are online, and thank you to those of you who have filled them out. If you need assistance to find the link, again, please let me know, but those have to be filled out by all administrators and board members, and it is a CUSAC item.
What is the deadline on that? I mean, I'll do it.
I think it's in March.
All right, so it's
Yeah.
not tomorrow.
Yeah, no.
In terms of finance and facilities, we met on, that was last night. Was that last night?
It was
Wow. We talked about the boilers. We did Roosevelt last summer. We're going to do Cherry Hill this summer. Cherry Hill is a slightly bigger job. It again requires asbestos abatement. So I think we had talked about there are going to be some things that have to move over to Roosevelt for the summer, including you guys, right?
Yes, so I
Yes. So pretty much we don't want anybody in the building while they're doing the abatement. And we don't have a start date for that yet. But as soon as we do, we will let everybody know. We talked about the summer academy. We can update everyone else and closed on that when we actually have do we have the agreement, or is that on tonight? No. It's on it'll be on the next meeting.
Yes,
They did that last year. They want to do it again.
the Compete Academy.
The Compete Academy, scheduled for August 4 through the 8th, so we can talk about that between now and the next meeting. Everything else was contractual. Budget calendar we talked about. Leanna, did you want to talk a little bit about the moving of funds around?
Sure. So there are two items that we have, that we get later in the year, meaning last year, which is extraordinary aid and also our non-public transportation. Those two items can be allocated during this school year and spent this school year. As you know, last year we had a lot of cuts in our budget, including some technology items. So on the next agenda, we had talked in finance in regards to taking those two line items, which would be the extraordinary aid, which was budgeted for $130,000, which we got actually $619,000, so that's $489,000 over what we had budgeted for, which you do want to budget low because you don't know what you're going to get each year, and $8,645 in non-public transportation. So on the next agenda, you'll see us allocating those monies and put them into purchases of technology and PD. Otherwise, those monies would fall by resolution that happened in June into capital reserve. We do have other monies that are going into capital reserve. We do have capital reserve projects we need to do, but we do need to make sure that the monies also go to our students and our children. So that will be on the next agenda.
Okay, and then we also talked about the policies, which we covered, and that was it for that. All right, moving on to items to be, motions to be acted upon. Can I get a motion for item D1? So like move to approve D1.
Oh, so I have to move.
Yeah,
We started.
we'll take turns.
I'd like to move the minutes, approval of the minutes, right?
Yeah, you can just say item D1.
Okay. So, I'd like to move approval of item D1.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Delisandro,
Yes.
Mr. Frias,
Yes.
Mr. Cohen,
Yes.
Mr. Langley,
Yes.
and Mr. Sim.
Yes.
Can I get a motion to approve items E1 through 5?
Move to approve items E1 through 5 as stated.
Second.
Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Ms. Delisandro.
Yes.
Mr. Frias,
Yes.
Mr. Cohen,
Yes.
Mr. Langley,
Yes.
and Mr. Sim.
1 second. Yes.
Can I get a motion for item F1?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions, comments? Roll call, please.
Ms. Delisandro,
Yes.
Mr. Frias,
Yes.
Mr. Cohen,
Yes.
Mr. Langley,
Yes.
and Mr. Sim.
Yes.
Can I get a motion for items H1 through 6?
Move to approve items H1 through H6 as stated.
Second.
Any comments, questions? No? Roll call, please.
Ms. Delisandro.
Yes.
Mr. Frias,
Yes.
Mr. Cohen,
Yes.
Mr. Langley,
Yes.
and Mr. Sim.
Yes.
Can I get a motion for items I1 through 9?
I'd like to make a motion to approve items I1,
1 through 9.
Through 9.
or 1 through 9.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Delisandro.
Yes.
Mr. Frias,
Yes.
Mr. Cohen,
Yes.
Mr. Langley,
Yes.
and Mr. Sim.
Yes.
Can I get a motion to approve item J1?
Move to approve J1 as stated.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Delisandro.
Yes.
Mr. Frias,
Yes.
Mr. Cohen,
Yes.
Mr. Langley,
Yes.
and Mr. Sim.
Yes.
Can I get a motion to approve items K1 through 12?
So moved.
Second.
Questions, comments? Roll call, please.
Ms. Delisandro.
Yes.
Mr. Frias,
Yes.
Mr. Cohen,
Yes.
Mr. Langley,
Yes.
and Mr. Sim.
Yes.
Does anyone have any old or new business they wish to discuss?
Not new business, but the calendar, school calendar. Next agenda.
Yes.
Is there a draft?
Inquiring minds want to know.
There is a draft we're kicking around.
Okay.
There's a few questions we need to answer real quick. But the tri-district superintendents met on the calendar, and we're doing our best to make them somewhat similar.
Thank you.
All right, we'll open it up for public comment. This public comment time is for non-agenda items only. Comments will be limited to a duration of 3 minutes per speaker. Each speaker must begin by stepping up to the podium and stating for the record their name and address, after which time will begin. Seeing as there are none, can I get a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Ms. D'Alessandro,
Yes.
Mr. Frias,
Yes.
Mr. Cohen,
Yes.
Mr. Langley,
Yes.
and Mr. Sim.
Yes.
All right, thanks, everyone. We'll be back on February, what is it?
Tomorrow night for the strategic.
Tomorrow night for the strategic meeting
Here.
in this room at 7, right? 7, okay. All right, thanks, everybody.